Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to introduce to you guys my new guitar. This is the Duesenberg Alliance Joe Walsh Signature Edition, and this is a pretty interesting guitar. First of all, I have to tell you guys I bought this guitar mainly because of its looks. I mean, it just looks amazing. Uh, it's so for you guys who don't know Duesenberg, they're not a very famous guitar brand. They make guitars in the style of the Art Deco design, which is artistic movement that's mostly reflected in the 1930s. For you, those of you guys been in New York, right? The Empire State Building, the Chrysler Building, that's all Art Deco style, and I really like Art Deco design. And Duesenberg, they are actually a German company, and they get their name from the old Duesenberg cars, which in the 1920s, 1930s, there were a lot of luxury cars, right? The Packard, Pierce Arrow, Peerless, and Duesenberg was like one of them. That's where the expression "what a doozy" came from, was from Duesenberg cars. And then this German company took their name from that, and because I guess the name is associated with luxury, right? Because Duesenberg cars originally were very expensive, very luxurious, so they want the guitars to kind of take that name as well. So now, this is the Joe Walsh Signature Edition. Although I'm not a huge fan of the Eagles or anything, I don't especially, I'm not a huge fan of Joe Walsh, you know. I bought this guitar mainly because his Signature Edition looks really good. It's in this nice gold burst finish, and uniquely out of all the Duesenberg guitars, it has this combination of pickups. This is called a single twin mini. This is kind of a single coil, but it's noiseless because they're kind of stacked. As you can see, it's in this arrangement, which means that they're noiseless. And you might think that, oh, noiseless single coil designs are usually not very musical, but these ones are, I think. And then the bridge pickup looks like a Filtertron, but it's actually not a Filtertron. It's called a little toaster pickup. So it's actually a mini humbucker, which I guess sounds similar to a Filtertron, but it's not exactly the same as a Filtertron. And yeah, these designs, he has this inlay right here. His fretboard, he has Morse code right here, right, to indicate the frets, which is kind of unique. And this tremolo is one of the best tremolos on the market. Like the Strat tremolo is really nice and stuff, but this tremolo, man, so easy to use, and to bend, you can go up or down. It's like a spring, you know. Way better than a Bigsby, I think. So, and this, I think I like it better than the Strat tremolo as well. And then through your selector switch, tone controls, and a volume knob right here. Pretty simple. I didn't want too many extra knobs on this. I feel like guitars with too many knobs, it's like, I don't really like it. That's why I don't have a Jazzmaster or Jaguar, because they just look too complicated. Yeah, I love the look of the guitar. This is a spruce top, which is not actually very common in electric guitars. It's common in acoustic guitars, but spruce isn't really used in electric all that often, right? I think Gibson uses mahogany, Fender uses alder or ash. And then, yeah, they have the proprietary, this is the Duesenberg tuners right there. They have their own proprietary hardware for all of this. Even the pickup output jack looks nice. So yeah, I really like how this guitar looks. I don't usually buy signature models, but Joe Walsh, man, like, what I like about this is that he doesn't actually put his like signature anywhere. You don't see it on the front of the headstock or anything like that, because like usually I won't buy signature guitars because I don't like to play some guitar that someone else plays, right? I don't want to be derivative. But this one, you can't really see a signature unless you look inside this is a semi-hollow, right? Unless you look inside the F-hole, and you have to really look for it. So I like that it's not really prominent, right? And the only other signature guitar I ever bought was the Martin OMJM. That's a John Mayer signature edition, and that's similar. Like, I think he only had his signature on the fretboard, and you kind of have to look closely for that. So I like signature models that don't really, you know, show the artist's signature that much, because I don't want to, you know, look derivative or anything like I'm playing someone else's guitar. But you know, for Duesenberg, it's not like many people know them anyways, right? So this just looks like a pretty awesome guitar. And thing about Joe Walsh is that it's kind of interesting he has a signature model, because he plays a whole bunch of different brands. I don't think he's ever really loyal to one specific brand, but it seems like Duesenberg is the only one that came out with the Joe Walsh signature so far. Maybe Gibson did another one, I don't know, but he plays a lot of different guitars. Anyways, I just bought this guitar, the Joe Walsh, not because it's just Joe Walsh Signature Edition, but because it's the only guitar with this look, right? I think the most famous Duesenberg model is the Star Player TV, which looks kind of like a Gresh White Penguin or White Falcon, but you know, I had the White Penguin before, and so I didn't want to get that one. That's pretty similar. By the way, I do want to say that this, compared to a Gresh, compared to a White Penguin, which I had before, I do like this one better. So the problem with the White Penguin, why I got rid of it, was because it had a problem with intonation, because the bridge saddle, it just wouldn't stay in place, right? And I don't know, it's a little bit too heavy for me. So the Duesenberg, man, like, first of all, the Dynasonic pickups in the Gresh, they sound really good, but again, they're single coils, right? They're Armand pickups, which are based off an old 1950s design, which means they're going to have 60 cycle hum, so that's another issue. Although I do like how they sound, these pickups sound just as good, if not better. This guitar weighs, I mean, it's pretty light. I would say it weighs about as much as a Strat, right? And Stratocasters don't weigh all that much, right? Definitely not as much as a Gibson or a Gresh. So props to Duesenberg, this guitar is pretty light. I mean, I have to say, this is as light as a Strat, man. Like, maybe even a little bit lighter. It's pretty dang light. I did not expect it to be this light. So it's definitely lighter than a White Penguin, and it stays in tune. It's I didn't have to, you know, with the Gresh White Penguin, I had to intonate it all the time because it always fell out of tune. This one doesn't. And it comes with this nice proprietary tremolo, which is way better than a Bigsby, right? Which is what you would get on the Duojet or White Penguin. So yeah, I love this guitar, and I'm gonna demo you, show you guys what it sounds like, because I think this guitar sounds amazing. It sounds just as amazing as it looks. So yeah, another thing I want to get clear first about the Duesenberg is this brand has caused a lot of controversy online. I don't know if you've done any searches for Duesenberg guitars. You'll find tons of forum posts about people arguing about where it's actually made. So Duesenberg, the company, is headquartered in Germany. The company was started in Germany by a German. The controversy comes because a lot of the parts come from Korea. Like the wood, some of the hardware, it came from Korea, and a lot of people don't like it because of this reason, because they think that made in Korea guitars should be cheaper. And Duesenberg guitars, this one I bought for about $2,400 US, which is not cheap. And other guitar makers like Reverend guitars especially, right, they're priced a lot lower and they're made in Korea. So people are arguing, debating about, you know, why am I paying over $2,000 for a made in Korea guitar? It's not really made in Korea technically, because it's still finished and it's assembled in Germany, right? If it's finished and assembled in Germany, from Korea parts, from Chinese parts, whatever, it doesn't matter. If it's assembled in Germany, then it's made in Germany, right? That's basically how made in works, right? So another example is like Shinola watches, right? Shinola watches pride themselves as being made in Detroit, USA, but they actually use parts from China and Switzerland, right? But since they're assembled in the USA, they can say that they're made in the USA, and that's basically how everything else works. The parts don't really matter, the origin of the hardware of the parts, it's where it's actually assembled, and then it says made in, right? So yeah, this is actually assembled and finished in Germany, which is why I can say it's made in Germany. But it actually doesn't even matter then, because even if it was made in Korea, I don't have a problem with that. Like, Korea is not a third world country, right? When people think about Korea, they think about, oh, it's the 90s Korea, you know, back when Hyundai was bad, when Samsung was bad. But now, like, Korea's overtaken Japan in a lot of areas, right? Like the TVs, the phones, like Korea's overtaken Japan, and no one thinks bad about made in Japan, right? Gresh guitars, right? A lot of their guitars are made in Japan. People don't have any problem paying $2,000, over $2,000 for a made in Japan guitar, right? And I lived in Korea. I've traveled in Japan. There's almost no difference between those two countries, right? Korea is just as developed as Japan. So what's wrong with made in Korea, right? I don't mind paying $2,000 for a made in Korea guitar at all. It's not a third world country or anything. Korea has pretty high standards. They're a pretty developed country. So I don't have any problem with that, but I guess some people have issues with paying $2,000 for a made in Korea guitar. Yeah, I don't, right? As far as I'm concerned, whatever things this come from, they actually say that some of the hardware is from the US and Italy as well. But doesn't matter, made in Korea, made in Germany. It's fine, I don't mind. This guitar is great quality. If you talk to anyone about Duesenberg guitars, they're great quality, right? It really doesn't matter where they're actually made in, because the end result is that the guitar is good quality, and that's all that matters. So I'm going to show you guys a demo of this guitar because it sounds amazing. Alright, so yeah, this guitar, show you all the pickups. The neck is a Indian rosewood neck, 12-inch radius, and very, very playable. So, and this tremolo is amazing. This is the neck pickup, the single twin mini. Yeah, sounds very, very good. There's no 60 cycle hum, and it sounds very musical to me. Noiseless single coils get a bad rep, but these sound really, really good. Yeah, I love the neck pickup. It's great. And then the middle pickup, I actually show you the bridge pickup first. Little toaster, right? And most bridge pickups have a problem with the ice pick harshness thing, but this one, no problem. Sounds great. So yeah, this bridge pickup, not harsh at all. None of these pickups are high output pickups, so these are kind of vintage sounding. I would say around the same level as a Filtertron or a mini humbucker, like from a Firebird or something. And not too different from the Dynasonics I had too. So. So bridge pickup, yeah, absolutely one of the most usable bridge pickups I've ever played. Because I know on the Strat the bridge pickup is really, yeah, kind of ice picky. The middle position, again, most middle positions on most guitars I would say is not especially usable. And I know a lot of Stratocaster players, they don't like using the middle pickup at all and just skip over it. I know I never use the middle position on the Strat. But this middle position is very, very usable. The chords, this. was surprised. You know, I had my parts caster with the Lollitrons, and I thought that the Lollitrons would be better than these stock pickups because, you know, I don't especially trust stock pickups that much, right? So I didn't think that these stock pickups were going to be very good, but these are Duesenberg proprietary pickups, by the way, which I think you can actually buy separately from their website. These are amazing. Wow, they're as good or better than the Lollitrons, which is surprising because those are boutique pickups, right? Very clear, a lot of clarity, a lot of harmonic content. I don't know, they sound very high fidelity. You know? Yeah, the clarity is amazing. One of these pickups. Very surprising for what essentially humbuckers, because usually people think of single coils are more clear than humbuckers. Humbuckers are darker sounding, but those are like PAFs, right? These are these are more like Filtertrons, I guess. But I think they sound better than my Lollitrons. It's just crazy. They sound better than boutique Filtertron clones. Okay, anyways, play some songs and do a finger picking song first. so I haven't shown you guys the Overdrive tone yet. So this is the Hotel California solo. I'm not the best at playing the solo, but I just want to show you guys the tone when it's pushed into dirty mode or overdrive. Alright, that's a dirty tone for the Hotel California solo. So yeah, I love this guitar. It sounds great, and yeah, I think it's a great quality guitar and well worth the money wherever it happens to be made.